Today I'm providing a short story about customer segmentation, and more specifically, how we can apply machine learning to a company's existing user base. Clustering algorithms are great and we can use them to define groups of people with similar behavior. And when we segment on behavior, these insights go way beyond typical demographics, allowing us to create personas that we can then use to connect with our customers on a more meaningful level. My name is Michael Condon and I help companies find insight in their data through data storytelling. I've worked in multiple industries with a variety of leaders, all trying to find the reasons behind the data. For today's example, we're using some publicly available data from an e-commerce store. We have a few objectives in mind, namely to identify clusters of customers, develop personas for each cluster, and then provide some recommendations for each persona. For today's method, we're going to use something called RFMT, or Recency, Frequency, Monetary Value, and Tenure. For each customer, we need to define when their last purchase was made, how many purchases they've made in the last year, how much money they've spent in the last year, and how long they've been a customer of ours. In doing this, we were able to build a model and we got the results for several different cluster sizes. But today I want to show the examples of two cluster sizes, which are clusters of 3 and clusters of 4. Our first example shows what happens when we ask the model to find 3 distinct groups of customers. The first group that we have are customers that we call loyal. We can see that on average they've made purchases within the last 30 days. They've made a lot of purchases and we see that they've spent a lot of money as well. They've been doing this for most of the year. These are nice customers to have and we need to focus our strategy on retention. We need to find ways to incentivize them to continue to use our platform and to buy the products from us. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have a group that I've labeled as dormant. Here we can see that on average they haven't made a purchase in over 160 days. They haven't made a lot of purchases, haven't spent a lot of money, and they have been a customer for most of the year. These customers are no longer engaged with our platform, hence the word dormant. Instead of focusing on loyalty, we need to focus on re-engaging these customers and find out what are the best methods to do so. We can even dive into specific products. We can even look at process improvements or product improvements, finding negative reviews that these customers left and finding ways to improve our operations. The third group we have are a group I've just labeled as new. Here we can see that frequency and monetary value are very similar to that of our dormant customers, yet they haven't been a customer of ours for very long and they've made a purchase recently. Here we need to focus on not letting these customers turn into the dormant segment. We need to keep these customers engaged and monitor them closely. Our strategy here should be more about exposing them to all the different products and services that we offer to get them excited about the continued use of our platform. Now this is nice and we have nice groupings and personas that we can expand on. But what happens when we adjust our model to look for clusters of 4 instead of clusters of 3? When we do this, the model reevaluates the entire population and gives us 4 unique groupings. Here we still have our existing customers of loyal, dormant, and new, but we can see the addition of one more group, a group that we're going to call at risk. Here we can see that on average they've made purchases more recently than our dormant customers, have purchased more and have spent more money, and they've been with us a long time. However, it has been quite a while since their most recent purchase. It's possible that these customers have become disengaged and therefore are at risk. We need to formulate a strategy that borrows a little bit from our dormant strategy and a little bit from our new strategy to find a way to keep these customers coming back. We can apply and test these strategies and then check back in several months to see how it's progressing. Now this is a very quick overview of customer segmentation, but it is an example about how we can use existing data and gain deeper insights that we can then use for other opportunities. If you found this information useful and you'd like to discuss this or some other applications of your data, please let me know at michael@dataandstories.com. Thank you.